you seldom get scrap boards that are big enough to make a hive out of. So you end up getting plywood and OSB. I use some OSB, not my favorite, and it's usually a little weathered when I get it too. It's got nail holes in it or something. But this right here, I've built nukes out of this. When you try to build something out of it, it doesn't always cooperate. So you have this piece here, and you want to attach this to it. You put a nail in there, nail comes right out of OSB. That's the wrong way to do it. And I'll repeat this again later when I show you how to build something like this. But this, puts the nail or the screw or the staple through the OSB into some good wood underneath, and that will hold. It's as simple as that. I never use OSBs for ends. I always make my ends small and make the sideboards cover the whole sides and butt them together. This is an example of my construction. I've got a 3/8 plywood here. Oh, that's 3/8 OSB actually. That's OSB. Only 3/8, very small. It gives a lot of extra room inside, sideways. But I've got standard size boards on the end. So I can nail quite well into this wood. Can't nail into this. But both ends are solid wood, good quality. This side is 1/2 inch plywood. I had a piece of OSB and a piece of plywood. I don't care about the width. I barely care about the length. Whenever you do this kind of stuff, the first thing you do is make sure this is going to fit. And you get too short. With the width, I don't care. Some people say don't use OSB. Well, the rule here on the homestead is we use what we got. Always. If I get a 4x sheet of OSB, it's gonna be in the beehive equipment of some kind. I may make feeders out of it, I may make nukes out of it. And people say it's only going to last 2 or 3 years. Well, if you paint it good, it could last 5 or 10 years. That's good enough for me. It didn't cost anything. If it lasts 5 years, I'm ahead of the game. I'll have 5 years to make more. For nothing. This is a piece of wood I got last week. It's a 3/8 plywood, but the center's kind of rough. It may not be usable for much. I began doing all this scrapping to build houses for my dairy goats outside. Just to show you what you can do with scrap wood, I built all these goat houses out of scrap wood. You'll see a lot of 4x4 sheets of plywood. The old steel was here when we moved in. The new steel, I got a whole truckload for $10. It just had a very few nail holes in it. Works great. Salvage is wonderful. Another essential thing to have, very handy, is Luan. I get sheets of this. Sometimes it's on a pallet, sometimes it's loose, sometimes it's been used by as underlayment. This is 1/4, I think, and sometimes I get 1/8. This is the Luan plywood, nice stuff. But this is what you use in the bottoms of feeders. This is my pattern for nukes. This is a very old nuke, almost 20 years old. This one is put together with screws, but it is really nice. Ventilation holes in the back, one hole in the front, and the bottom is very heavy board that's attached. So when I measure, I only go this way. These are my patterns. I use this as a pattern, I use this as a pattern. All of my nukes, all of my nuke feeders, all my nuke quilt boxes, all my nuke tops and bottoms, all fit together because they're all made off this pattern. Likewise these. When you go to measure your depth, lay that down, it's always the whole side is what I use. I don't do anything but butt joints, easy butt joints. You just line it up, that's your measurement. It's that simple. Then, if you want to do the end, you take two sides, put them there, put this underneath it. The remainder here is the width of your end. I almost never measure anything. I just go off the pattern and it's always exactly what I want. We've been busy building stuff again. I have two nukes, a Nuke Super, a new deep box, and an old deep box I added 3 inches onto after I repaired it, and a nuke lid.